Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh VRains discussion video, although this is more so to do with some news that we just got in this month's V-Jump. Now, it was kind of unfortunate because I recorded a video going over the episode 69 summary and cast list on Thursday night. It's a video I uploaded on Saturday, and Saturday morning is when all of this awesome information came out. So, of course, when I uploaded that video, there were a lot of people who were kind of confused as to why I was not going over any of the new awesome information we got in V-Jump, and that was again because I recorded it a few days prior to that information coming out. But here we go. This is a video that will be completely about the news we got. We got the Savage Strike cover art, the cover monster, and it is, as we all might have inferred based on episode 70's title, which was Tuning Bullets, a synchro monster. That is right, Yugioh VRains. It took 70 episodes, but Yugioh VRains will have synchro monsters. Maybe just one monster, although there are two monsters, including a Cyberse dragon, a Cyberse synchro, that got released in V-Jump. So we know these monsters, we know their names, we know their effects even, and we are going to go over both of them, and I'll briefly touch at the end what this could mean for a maybe timeline perspective, although I won't really get too deep into that because I am working on a timeline theory. Of course, an announcement like this completely throws VRains now all over the place. I really gotta try to replace where VRains might be, even though the timeline it's a disaster. And I'll talk about also the chances that we might see XYZ or Pendulum. I really did not think we were gonna get Synchros. I really did not. So this is freaking awesome. But we're gonna begin. The Borreload monster that we got, the card that will be the cover card for Savage Strike, is Borreload Savage Dragon. It is a level 8 Dragon Synchro effect monster with the typical rival monster stats: 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, 1 tuner, and 1 non-tuner. And here are the effects of this monster, which, by the way, everyone I have talked to says the effects for this monster in particular, revolvers, are disgusting. They are insane. People have said that it is broken, so I would really love, of course, you guys have a much greater grasp, and when you guys comment what you think about these monsters, it honestly helps me out so much because it helps me gain an understanding of how well these monsters are in a real-life setting. So I really do appreciate when you guys give me your analysis and thoughts on these monsters. But here we go. Borreload Savage Dragon. You can only use this card's effect once per turn. The first effect: if this card is Synchro Summoned, you can equip one Link monster from your grave to this card, and if you do, place Borreload counters on this card equal to that card's Link rating. So, for instance, Borreload Dragon, if it's in the grave, you can connect it to this monster, and it would be getting 3 Borreload counters, since I believe Borreload Dragon is a Link 3 monster. The second effect is it would gain attack equal to half the attack of the monster equipped to it by its effect. So, Borreload has 3,000 attack. Immediately, Borreload Savage Dragon would be at 4,500 attack points, which is crazy. And then finally, what are you going to do with those Borreload counters? Well, when an opponent's card or effect is activated, you can remove 1 Borreload counter from this card and negate that activation. That basically means that if you use a Link 3 monster to equip it, or a Link 4 monster even that's in your graveyard, you can negate an opponent's card or effect 4 times. 4 times. 4 straight times. That is an insane effect. It was an insane effect to me when I read it, and the fact that everyone is saying this card is going to be disgusting is kind of confirming, at least in my head, that this is going to be a really, really lethal card. I've seen some people that have said it fits in perfectly with their deck, and yes, again, this is a synchro monster. This monster, Borreload Savage Dragon, will probably be the first synchro summon that we are going to see in Yu-Gi-Oh VRains. Now, for the other monster that got released, there was another Salomon Great monster, the third monster, but for the second synchro monster that got released, it's a monster that most likely, if it is used in VRains, which there's no guarantee this will be used in VRains, although it seems likely, I would say that we will probably see this in VRains. It is a Cyberse synchro effect monster called Cyberse Quantum Dragon. Now, I have not talked about the designs of both of these dragons. Both of these dragons are pretty white, which I love because, of course, when you think Synchro, you think white, just like when you think XYZ, you think dark. When you think Ritual, you think purple. Obviously, that's the color of the cards, but the fact that both of these monsters also have white as their primary color just is awesome, and I think the design, honestly, for both of these dragons is gorgeous. Cyberse Quantum Dragon has the typical protagonist attack and defense stats, 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense, and materials 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners, and here are the effects. If you control a Link monster, your opponent cannot target monsters you control for attacks or card effects, except this one. So, as long as you have another Link monster on the field with Cyberse Quantum Dragon, your opponent can only attack Cyberse Quantum Dragon. And its second effect is that once per turn, at the start of the damage step, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. Also, this card can make another attack in a row. So that's a pretty good stat. If your opponent only has one monster on the field and you attack that opponent's monster, you can use the effect to put that opponent's monster back in its hand, basically completely clear their field, of course, if they only have one monster on their field, and then attack directly with Cyberse Quantum Dragon and any other monsters that you might have on the field. So both of these monsters, not only are they designed beautifully, but they seem like they are going to be pretty good monsters in the anime in terms of their effects. I think Borreload Savage Dragon's effect is a little bit more lethal than Cyberse Quantum Dragons, but of course you guys can let me know which one you like more, and I'll quickly go over the Salomon Great monster we got as a Link 2 Fire Cyberse Link Effect monster. Salomon Great, Sunlight Wolf. It's a pretty cool looking monster. It has 1,800 attack. Of course, Link monsters do not have defense points, and then its effects, I'm not really going to bother reading its effects because I'm not sure if we'll see this monster, and if we do, I don't think it's going to be an ace monster of Soul Burners or anything like that. But yeah, definitely this is Revolver's Synchro monster that he's going to be using, I would assume, in episode 70, and most likely this is a Synchro monster that Playmaker is going to be using as well. Now, what do I really think about this in terms of a Yu-Gi-Oh VRains perspective? I honestly think it is awesome. I've already seen 2 or 3 people write to me on Twitter and on my YouTube comments saying, I dropped Vrains, I heard Synchros are back in, which is my favorite summoning method, saw how the monsters looked, saw that Revolver was going to be the one doing a Synchro, I kind of want to catch up on Vrains now. That is what these summoning methods really mean. Now, no, having all the summoning methods is not key to having a really amazing show, but we were spoiled with Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and I said that the precedent, after about 20 episodes, I made a video called The Precedent That We Wish Arc 5 Set, and you can bash Arc 5 for as much as you want. Obviously, you know, the show has issues. I think every Yu-Gi-Oh show has issues, maybe some more than others, but that's not what I'm going to really focus in on right now. The one thing that Arc 5 I felt did so well was the dueling. I thought the duel quality in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 was phenomenal. I thought having the summoning chance was amazing. I thought having all the different summoning methods was great, and that is the precedent that I wish was set for every Yu-Gi-Oh! Going forward. And after 20-25 episodes, it seemed like Vrains was going to be a pure Link Summon show. And then we got a Ritual monster, and that was really cool. Then we got a Fusion monster, and that was really cool. But still, fusions, rituals, and of course, you know, advanced summons and Link summons, it was all still true to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, they had rituals, they had fusions. So it seemed like the only thing Vrains added were Link monsters. And now, this is a huge moment, because I said if we were going to get Synchros or XYZ monsters, we are going to get the other one as well. Meaning, if we get Synchros, which we are right now, I would put the percent chance that we will see an XYZ monster at about 95%. I believe that the next pack cover will have an XYZ monster. I don't think we have the name of the next pack cover. I forget the one that was before Savage Strike, but it had, obviously, a Cyberse Magician, which was a fusion monster on it, and the monster that's on the pack cover always appears in the anime. Now we have Savage Strike, which has a Synchro monster on it. I believe the next pack cover will have an XYZ. It'll be used in the anime, and maybe the next one after that will have a Pendulum. And just the fact that we're getting Synchro, guys, it opens up so many more doors. It opens up so many more realms. Now, instead of the Link spam that we've been so accustomed to, that has gotten, you know, a little old, I have to say. I mean, I don't really mind it, but the dueling quality in VRains, well, I think the story and the plot, at least for me, has been really, really good. The dueling quality, I don't think has been as enjoyable for me personally as maybe Arc 5, as maybe even 5Ds or GX, but the story has been good, and the fact that now we're getting the more summoning methods and more unpredictability and more plays that these characters can go into and more possibilities and things to look forward to, that is only a good thing. It's actually a great thing in my opinion. So the fact that we are getting Synchros is a really, really awesome, amazing sign. And the fact that Playmaker is not the first one that's going to use a Synchro monster. It will be Revolver, and I think that's really important to note. They're not giving Playmaker all of these different summoning methods. Revolver went away for 20 episodes. Maybe he studied his playbook a little bit, studied the art of dueling, found Synchros. Hopefully we get some kind of origin story. It'll help with the timeline. In terms of the timeline, it makes it more complicated. Again, I'm not gonna... VRains and Arc 5... honestly, the timeline is just a mess. It really is a mess. And I'm going to have a theory video, a part 2 timeline theory video. It's been about 2 years since my first one, coming out by the end of the year. The only problem is I don't know if I should wait for VRains to finish, because I don't know if we're going to see XYZ and Pendulum, and that does matter where I'm going to put VRains, but I'll figure it out. I might just predict those methods to show up. I'll preemptively figure it out, but that'll be tough. But yeah, seeing Synchros is awesome. And again, the fact that it's Revolver, maybe that means Blue Girl, maybe that means XYZ, maybe Go will be someone who uses an XYZ summon. That would be pretty cool if it's not Playmaker. The fact that we have, though, a Cyberse Synchro monster makes me think Playmaker will learn how to Synchro summon. In fact, he might be the only character that learns how to do all of the summoning methods, even if he's not the first one to do it, which I'd be okay with. I am glad that it will be Revolver, the main rival, doing the first Synchro summon in Yu-Gi-Oh VRains. So guys, a lot of really, really exciting stuff to look forward to in VRains. Let me know all of your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think of Cyberse Quantum Dragon and Borreload Savage Dragon. Let me know what you think of Synchros actually being in VRains, if you ever thought that was going to happen. Let me know what you think the possibilities we'll see XYZs or Pendulums are. And let me know any theories you have going forward regarding Yu-Gi-Oh VRains, or just the Yu-Gi-Oh continuity, timeline, universe in general. You know, I just love to hear everything Yu-Gi-Oh related from all of you. Special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, and James Rose, and to my Diamond tier patron bouldergeist, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons Syn Cloud and Odd Eyes Vaughn. Cannot tell you how much everyone who supports me over on Patreon helps me out. It really means so much to me, and I cannot tell you how appreciative I am to have all of you watching at home as well, because without all of you guys, I would not be here. I will talk to you in the comment section down below. Really, really excited to talk to all of you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your weekend, and I hope you have an amazing day.